FIFA has always claimed that football should stay out of politics. For decades, that idea has been treated as one of the game's most important principles. But if that's really true, why have some countries been banned from international football almost immediately, while others weren't? In other conflicts, football kept moving. The matches went on. The tournaments continued. So, what made this situation different? At first, this sounds like a story about football, but it isn't. It's also a story about influence, money, and international politics, a story that's far more complicated than it first appears. To understand how we got here, we have to go back to the very beginning, back to the day FIFA was created, an organization founded with one ambitious goal: to unite the world through football. But after more than a century, has it truly managed to stay neutral? So, what made millions of people start questioning that principle? The answer begins in 2022. But to understand that decision, we first need to see the bigger picture. When the conflict between Russia and Ukraine erupted, it didn't just change the world, it changed football too. Within a matter of days, FIFA announced that Russian national teams would be suspended from international competitions. The decision received widespread support. Many believed that sport couldn't separate itself from events of this magnitude. In their view, football also carried a responsibility beyond the game itself. But not everyone saw it that way. Then a question started appearing everywhere. If FIFA has always insisted that football should stay out of politics, why did politics seem to shape this decision? And if this was an exception, what made it different? That's when people began looking back at history, not to find an easy answer, but to compare. Were all conflicts treated the same way? Or did every moment in history bring a different response? From that point on, the real debate had begun. Looking back at history, one pattern becomes hard to ignore. Whenever the world changes, football seems to change with it. But is that just a coincidence, or is it simply unavoidable? One perspective is surprisingly simple. Some believe FIFA was trying to keep football moving. If more national teams refused to play, the World Cup itself could have been thrown into chaos. From this point of view, it wasn't the perfect decision. It was the least disruptive one. Others see it differently. They ask a different question. When football generates tens of billions of dollars, when global broadcasters, multinational sponsors, and commercial partners all have a stake in the game, can any organization ever be completely free from outside pressure? And perhaps the biggest question isn't about FIFA at all. Maybe it's about football itself. When billions of people are watching, when world leaders appear in the stands, can the world's biggest sport ever remain completely neutral? Maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. Instead of asking whether FIFA is connected to politics, perhaps we should be asking whether any global sport can ever be completely separated from it. Perhaps FIFA never intended for football to become part of political debate, but when billions of people watch the same match, when hundreds of nations compete on the same stage, and every decision is examined by the entire world, maybe these politics found its way onto the pitch long ago. What's fascinating is that, even today, there isn't one answer everyone agrees on. Some believe FIFA is simply trying to protect the stability of the game. Others believe every major decision is shaped by the world around it. And many would argue both ideas can be true at the same time. You may completely agree with FIFA, or you may see things differently. But whatever your conclusion is, one thing is difficult to deny. Football has never been just 22 players chasing a ball. It reflects society, it reflects economics, and sometimes it reflects the world itself. So now, we'd like to hear your perspective. Do you think FIFA is protecting the game, or has football become part of a much larger global story? Share your thoughts in the comments, because sometimes the most meaningful conversations begin with a simple question.